Collision: Coco Gauff accuses Emirates rep of harassment at promo event, sparks global outrage. Dubai's sun glimmered across the silver skyline, bouncing off the glass towers of the Emirates headquarters. A soft desert breeze brushed against Coco Gauff's skin as she stood beside the crimson carpet rolled out for the airline's new global campaign, Fly Beyond Limits. The tennis prodigy had been invited as a global ambassador, the youngest in the airline's history. At 21, she had become a symbol of excellence, resilience, and grace, the new face of global tennis and an ambassador for empowerment. But beneath the glamour, the flashing cameras, and the rehearsed smiles, something shifted that day. What began as a celebration of success turned into one of the most disturbing and talked about controversies in modern sports. The world would soon see the moment Coco Gauff stopped smiling. The event that changed everything. It was supposed to be routine. The press, influencers, and corporate executives had gathered at Emirates Tower Hall to witness the unveiling of Gauff's partnership with the airline. The campaign featured her training atop the Burj Khalifa, symbolizing how she soared above pressure. But as the ceremony reached its crescendo, with journalists buzzing and cameras flashing, Coco's demeanor changed subtly. Her eyes lowered, her posture stiffened. According to witnesses, during a photo op session backstage, an Emirates representative, a senior marketing executive, allegedly made inappropriate comments and physical gestures toward her while instructing her on poses for promotional photos. Multiple eyewitnesses described Coco's face as visibly uncomfortable and tense. She excused herself minutes later, walking off the set mid-session. At first, no one quite understood what happened. Some assumed she was unwell from the heat. Others thought it was exhaustion from her recent training schedule. But a few hours later, the truth began to leak. The spark that lit the internet. At 10:47 p.m. Dubai time, Coco posted a brief statement on her X, formerly Twitter, account. Respect is not optional. No partnership, no contract, no event gives anyone the right to cross boundaries. Enough is enough. The post exploded instantly. Over 20 million views in 4 hours, with hashtags #StandWithCoco and #RespectWomenInSport trending across 60 countries. By morning, international headlines blazed. Coco Gauff leaves Emirates event after harassment incident. Investigation underway. Emirates faces backlash after Gauff's explosive accusation. Within hours, every major outlet, from CNN to BBC, from ESPN to Al Jazeera, was covering the unfolding scandal. The statement heard around the world. 2 days later, Coco Gauff appeared in an exclusive interview on Good Morning America, her eyes steady but emotional. "I've dealt with pressure on the court," she said softly. "But what happened that day wasn't about performance. It was about power. Someone used their position to make me feel small. That's not okay, no matter who you are." She paused before continuing, voice trembling yet strong. "I spoke up not because it's easy, but because staying silent helps no one. There are too many young girls out there watching us, thinking they have to accept certain things to keep their dreams alive. I'm telling them, you don't." That moment, that raw courage, sent shockwaves across sports, business, and culture. Serena Williams reposted her clip with a single word: proud. Naomi Osaka wrote, "This is how change begins, with truth." Billie Jean King called Gauff the conscience of her generation. The movement grew beyond tennis. It became a conversation about boundaries, respect, and the silent expectations placed on young women in global sponsorship deals. The corporate storm. Emirates initially responded with a vague, defensive statement, claiming it was reviewing the matter internally and remained committed to maintaining a respectful workplace. But as pressure mounted, more details emerged. Several employees anonymously confirmed that Gauff's account was consistent with prior complaints. Some even alleged a culture of casual sexism and unchecked behavior among certain senior executives. Within 72 hours, Emirates suspended the accused representative pending investigation. Yet, public trust was shaken. A viral video showing Gauff walking away from the event, her face pale, her hand trembling as photographers shouted her name, became symbolic. The once pristine brand of luxury and prestige was now overshadowed by accusations of harassment and negligence. The press conference of power. 5 days later, Coco stood before a global press corps, a hotel in Doha, flanked by her parents and legal advisors. Her voice was calm, her message piercing. This isn't about money. This isn't about fame. It's about respect and dignity. Every athlete deserves to feel safe, on the court, in sponsorship meetings, in every professional space. I hope this moment makes companies think before they act, and people reflect before they dismiss. Reporters described the moment as electrifying. She announced she would pause her partnership with Emirates, pending a full independent review. When asked if she feared career repercussions, Coco simply smiled and said, "If standing up for myself costs me a deal, that's a price I'll gladly pay." The aftermath. The following week, Emirates issued a formal apology. The accused executive was terminated. The airline pledged a zero-tolerance reform program, including a partnership with the Women's Tennis Association, WTA, to ensure workplace training and gender sensitivity programs. The comeback stage. Months passed. The controversy, though still referenced, had evolved into a story of triumph and advocacy. At the 2025 Australian Open, Gauff walked onto Rod Laver Arena wearing a custom patch stitched into her kit, a small golden feather, symbolizing freedom and self-worth. She played with intensity, fire, and renewed confidence. Every serve, every forehand, carried not just athletic power but moral conviction. In her victory speech after reaching the final, she said, "Tennis taught me how to fight points. Life taught me how to fight moments. And when the two meet, you realize strength isn't just physical. It's standing tall even when your world tries to shrink you." The audience rose in applause. Commentators called it the speech of the decade. Legacy in motion. A year later, a Netflix documentary titled Boundaries, the Coco Gauff story, premiered at Sundance. Critics hailed it as a portrait of courage in real time. Coco's influence had spread beyond sport into corporate ethics, women's rights, and youth empowerment. She had become a global voice for respect and accountability. Her journey, from discomfort to defiance, from isolation to inspiration, marked a turning point in how the world viewed not just athletes, but human dignity. As one journalist put it, she didn't just serve aces. She served notice. Closing reflection. Underneath all the headlines, what remains most striking is not the scandal itself, but the grace with which Coco Gauff transformed pain into purpose. In a world where silence is often the safer choice, she chose to speak. And by doing so, she gave voice to countless others who couldn't. The next time she boards a flight, it won't matter what airline she's on, because Coco Gauff has already learned how to fly, on her own terms. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.